Hey there folks, my name is Mikhail, or you can call me Mike if you're not really used to it. I am the creator and designer of Arcana Magica, the game. We just received a copy today, so I'm really anxious to show it to you. There is a bit of stress coming from the fact that I haven't seen or I haven't opened this copy so far. We just received it from our manufacturers. Before we start though, I really want to show you in a jiffy how things were looking at the start. This is our prototype cards that we started off when we were going to Essen. Illustrations are great as we had most of the art there ready at the point, but as you can see, those are not really cards. I mean, that's just paper that's got card printed on it. You see that it has scratches and so on. So as I mentioned, we had this on Essen Spiel, that is. So what we did is we contacted manufacturers there, and we started actually with this small box here. It's real nice because it's, you know, really portable. I really like the idea of having the cards, you know, in your hand and going around with them. But it doesn't really hold tokens. The rulebook has to be too small. It's real clunky, as you see. So we decided to go out with it. Now, what we did is we went with a real big copy of the game. That's an A4 size, so roughly 210 millimeters to 190. Like real standard box size. I know Root has similar. I don't have Root, as you see, but many other games. So that was really my guiding point for it. You know, creating a normal game, to say so, a game that's nice to be at your place, nice to have around, and that's what we've got. I'm real proud of the art as a whole. I must mention that the cover art comes from a real great individual, that's Ismail Ichiogu, who did the cover art, and we did this really nice design on the sides. You can see more about the game here. So it's 2 to 4 players. It's over 12 years, mostly because, you know, there's a lot of maths in it, but you know, the theme or the setting, it's not violent at all, doesn't have anything that wouldn't be nice for kids. It's just about the maths. If you feel like your kid is good with maths or it has to go with it, I think that's a really good game with it. Because to be honest, I was playing a lot of card games when I was a kid, and I think they taught me a lot, and maybe that's why I really wanted to go with a card game for my first design. Now let's really see what's inside. Once we open, first we get the rule book. See, really nice cover there. Wow. So rule book is here. It's got dark design. It has also matte polish, so it doesn't leave any scratches on it, doesn't leave fingerprints. It's just, you know, something that would stay with you for a long time. Here we have some flavor, you know, just welcoming you to the game. There's a lot to know actually about tarot and about playing with cards, because there's a lot of history in it. I must say that going through this, here's the table of contents. I must say that going through this, there's gonna be some changes, not too much in the design, but we are improving as we speak. We just received the proofreading of our copy, so we are applying those changes. We are making the structure of the rulebook better. We are really trying our best to get something that you're gonna read once and you won't have to do it much more again. I mean, it's a really straightforward game. That's why I'm trying the rules to be like that. And I think we've actually done pretty good with it. So basically we're going through the actions here. After it, that's the end of the round. Then it's how you attack and how you use the fool, which is a really special card, which you're gonna see pretty soon. At the end, it's how you end the game, what ends the game basically. It's those tokens that you're gonna see in a moment. And a few game modes that you'll be able to explore once you play a game or two. Really happy with the print here. It's got matte polish, so it doesn't leave fingerprints and doesn't get damaged over time. Now, what's next is the punch board. Now mind you, this is probably gonna be a lot smaller in production. Since this is a prototype copy, we were using the full size of the game. Cardboard is pretty good, and you see that shape that I really like. So let's punch those out. Well, that feels nice actually, you know, punching out your own game. So here's the first player token, and here's 4 end of the game tokens. Those are pretty important, and as you see, since we don't have too many tokens lying around, I've used the chance to create those real big. I mean, that's 4 centimeters of diameter. Looks real nice, the print is real nice. Well, I'm really happy with it actually. And you know, here's the back of the token that you're gonna see once you get it inside. Here's the lid of the box. This is gonna stay here, of course, with better quality, but still I can say that our manufacturers created something real special here, and you know, it was actually really fast as well. But you know, let's get to the point. What we have here is 7 dice. That's the standard set of 7 polyhedral dice. You know, starting from D4, then it's the D6, 2 D10s as you would use in any RPG or role-playing game that you're gonna play. What we use in Arcana Magica, that's not gonna be needed. As you see, we have this real nice back for it here. So the dice we're gonna use are those, and this is actually the real material that the dice tray is going to use. Now let me get those right, so I can leave the dice here. Of course, there's gonna be some art printed out. We didn't have this starting our campaign, but we really wanted to make sure that we're gonna have something of good quality, and I'm real happy with it. To be honest, it's a real nice dice tray, doesn't get damaged by the dice, and you can roll as many as you want. It's got high borders, which is real important. I can tell you a small secret. One of our first stretch goals is definitely gonna be different decorations, having custom set of dice, because I think that's real important. And as a role player, I play a lot of D&D, I play a lot of Pulp 2, and I really want my dice to be special. I really like buying new sets of dice, so I'm really looking forward to creating a special die set with you. As said, those have some minor flaws, but that's normal for a prototype copy. What we do is we would keep the tokens here. As you see, there's plenty of space, as I believe we might need that, you know, for different expansions and going forward with the game as a whole. Okay, so let's get to the important part. Now these are the tarot cards. I'm a bit anxious of opening them because I'm the one who did the preprint. You know, not really my specialty, but I am sure that the quality is right, because as I said, we've already received copies from those guys when we got the small box. They're all tarot sized. They got really heavy paper. I mean, that's 330 GSM paper. Okay, so those are spares. As you can imagine, those won't be in the copy. The way the game goes, I mean, with the way the production goes, is you just have batches. So these are the cards. I can say that in production they're gonna be a bit heavier, even a bit heavier. Anyways, those are not gonna go into your hand. Those are gonna go on the box, well, on the playmat. This is actually, again, this is the real material of the playmat. So real nice stuff here. Again, we didn't have the art for it, but we really wanted to make sure that the playmat's gonna look nice and it's gonna feel nice, and I can say it does. So the way you're gonna use those cards is just put them on the table like that, and they're gonna go into your armies and so on. Really beautiful stuff here, and you know, just checking them out, I can say it's all here, so good news there. Really looks nice. That's the ferryman. That's our special card. That's what we added to the deck, and I'm real proud of. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. Now this is the play deck. This is the actual play deck that you can use for any game that you like. Let me open this up. Looks good. So that's 56 cards. Basically, these cards are gonna stay in players' hands, and these are the cards that you're gonna generally be using most of the time. So they go in 3 suits, as you know, poker cards do. Those 3 suits have different illustrations for each of them. They're all thematic in tarot and later in the poker deck. What happened was, well, where they come from is from the 4 elements. So the wands are fire, the swords are air, the pentacles are the earth, and the cups are water. Okay, so here's the material. It's all linen finish, as you can probably see. Feels real nice in your hand. I mean, that's something that you're gonna use a lot. As you maybe know, the hand limit in Arcana Magica is 4 cards, so you're gonna have 4 cards almost all of the time. Those are also good for the colorblind. Actually, I have a very good friend of mine that's colorblind, and he helped us a lot in designing those cards in order to make sure that people with visual impairments won't have any issue knowing between the cards. As you see, that's the reason we have different patterns for the black and the red ones, because black and the red are the most important colors that you're gonna have to differentiate in those cards. Wow, those really look good. As said, now these are really quality cards. You can actually feel the core they have inside, because that's a special thing about them. Now I can easily, you know, I can do this with those. I mean, I can really go with that, and in few moments this will be fine. I mean, I can just leave it there, I can put it back in the deck, and it will just regain its shape, because as I said, this is something that you're gonna keep a lot in your hand. Now what they also have is real nice smooth linen finish, and the idea is that feels a lot better in your hand. Hopefully soon we'll have it all funded. Once we're funded, you're gonna see our stretch goals, and our stretch goals are gonna include some improvements on the card weight. I've been a casino dealer for a year and a half, and I really know good cards, and that's why I really wanted to go with good cards on this edition. So that's why we chosen those manufacturers, and one of the improvements that we're gonna have is what is called air linen, and it's basically putting some air inside the card, because usually cards are made a few layers of cardboard. So when pressing those, there's a bit of air bubbles left inside, so those would feel real nice and real smooth in your hand. Now I can put this into the deck, and you'll see that once we are there, it would really regain its shape, and you won't be able to differentiate between these cards and all the others. Yeah, those all really look beautiful. We can have those aside as again, just the spare ones, they won't be in the copy, and basically that's it. Real good cards, really beautiful cards for a really good game. And actually what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna play with it. Anyways, that's all of it. Let me get the first player token here. Plenty to go about in the game. As I said, 23 cards here, 56 here, a first player token, 7 dice, and a nice back for them. Well, let's not forget the 4 tokens as well, as mentioned. Those are really sturdy. They have one in the same back, and that's it. To be honest, I really want to play a game with it now, because I was waiting for this copy for a really long time. I'm super glad that it's here. I'm super glad that I can show this to you, and hopefully you'll have it as well pretty soon. That's it. Bye and see you soon.